Hello, Retro Bro here, giving you a Pokemon RU tier battle for this Friday. So, looking for my opponent's team here, it actually looks pretty interesting. I would say out of everything I'm looking at here, the Gastrodon and the Furfrou would definitely be the biggest threats. As far as Rotom goes, I've never actually seen anyone ever use a regular Rotom, so I'm not exactly sure what it's going to do. So I started with Cobalion. Pretty much my logic here is I wanted Rocks up because I know they'll help in this battle. And he puts up the screen, which is absolutely perfect because that won't bother me at all. He's probably going to put up another screen after this, being the light screen now that he put up Reflect. So my logic here is to go for the Toxic so I can get some poison. Nope, he actually decides the Will-O-Wisp to be a side of the screen. Not a problem at all, because my Cobalion is actually more supportive than offensive for attacking, so it really doesn't matter if it's burned as long as it can throw out Toxics and continue to put up Rocks. So now he goes into Girafarig. I was planning to use Ninetales because I thought he was going to still keep out the Rotom. That way I could have flash fired on the Will-O-Wisp. But since he's going into Girafarig, I'm just going to go ahead and go into my Skuntank. Ooh, so he wants to Calm Mind in my face. Okay, not a problem. I'm going to crunch him. And good, he's continuing to Calm Mind, that's perfect. Since Calm Mind builds up his special defense and his special attack, it doesn't do anything to protect him from the crunch. My logic there was that he was probably going to attack when he saw how hard it hit, so I went for the Sucker Punch, which he didn't, and he was Time Tag. This is actually a huge surprise for me, but luckily for me, he only put it on the Furfrou, which means that Cobalion can now Toxic it, and it won't be a huge threat. Also, something else I had planned was that my Cobalion has the Sacred Sword. For those of you guys that don't know, Sacred Sword is one of the few moves in the game that actually goes through defenses. So no matter how high Furfrou's defense was, I was going to hit it for its regular defense stat, even with the Cotton Guard on it, which is why I carry Sacred Sword. And since my Cobalion is supportive, it doesn't have a really high attack stat, and it's burned, that was actually the perfect move to do at this point in time. At this point, it looks like he's just going to constantly trade blows with me, so that's perfectly fine, because as long as I have the Toxic on him, there's no way that Furfrou is beating this thing. Also, once again, my Cobalion is supportive, so I have no problem losing it now that Stealth Rocks, a Toxic has been put down, and the Furfrou is gone. A really excellent job from Cobalion in this game. So he's putting up the Reflect to set up another screen. I figured I'll just go for the Iron Head until I'm dead. So who do I want to go into now that Cobalion is gone? Skuntank would definitely be good considering he's dark. And I can go for the Crunch. But ooh, I forgot about the Will-O-Wisp. Ninetales would have definitely been a better choice for me considering he had the Will-O-Wisp, and I totally forgot about that. This is bad because Skuntank is actually a huge core to this team, and having a burn is not going to be as powerful even though mine is a tanky variant. So I'm really going to have to fix up for that. He goes for the Flareon, and I predict that he's going to do a fire move, so I catch it with the Flash Fire. He may have Flash Fire in his as well, but I saw the Toxic, which means he definitely has Guts. But I still don't want to test the Flamethrower because I don't think it'll do too much damage, so I went for the Extra Sentry instead. That Facade was way more powerful than I thought a Flareon could do, but I'm faster than it, so I'll just go ahead and Resto Chesto. No big deal. Ooh, but he carries the rest too, taking off the Toxic. So at this point, I said, hey, he's sleep. I'll try to set up for the Feraligatr sweep. So I'm going to do a Dragon Dance. He goes in the Gastrodon, which is a really great play because this thing is extremely tanky. At the same time, I don't think it'll do too much damage to Feraligatr, so I'll continue to power up and see what I can do to this thing. He goes for the Toxic, and luckily it misses. Let's test the Dragon Claw out. Ooh, he switches. That's actually better for me, because this thing is going to hit really hard on someone else. Luxray is electric, so it probably is faster than me, even with these Dragon Dances up. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Aqua Jet so I can take this thing out. Now he's back into the Gastrodon. So at this point, I want to Dragon Dance to try to get some more power up, because I know this thing is physically defensive. Ouch. He goes for the Scald and gets the burn. All that work Dragon Dancing has just been tarnished. With my attack cut in half now, it's almost like I'm at normal damage. So I'm just going to go ahead and go for some damage with the Dragon Claw at this point. Now another thing that I've been thinking about partially through this match is, I forgot that my Ninetales has the Energy Ball, and I know for a fact that it's faster than the Gastrodon and it's 4 times effective. So at some point when I think I have it down low enough, I'll go ahead and set up for that. But as of right now, we'll go ahead and go in the Skuntank. I went for the Crunch because it was stab damage, and I'm burned, so it's not going to do much, hoping that possibly I can get a flinch. At this point, he shows the recover, and I do the Poison Jab, knowing that it wouldn't do much damage, but was hoping I can try to get some Toxic on it, maybe some Poison, from the Poison Jab itself, and I did not. Now that Skuntank is almost dead and I don't want to lose it, I'm just going to go ahead and switch into Bayonet, predicting another Earth Power. But instead he switches. I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve, and I actually plan to go on the Shadow Sneak, which was a terrible play on my part, because though Girafarig is Psychic, I forgot that it was part Normal, and Normal is not affected by Ghost moves. Either way, at least I got the Evolve into the Mega form, so the next time I put out Bayonet, it'll be attacking at its full Mega power, because unless... One of the things that a lot of people don't know is when you turn Mega, the first turn you turn Mega, you actually don't get your power-ups. So it's a turn later that the overlay happens and you get all that power. So even though I made the mistake of going for the Shadow Sneak on a normal type, I still got the advantage of knowing that when Bayonet comes out this time, it will actually be full powered in this Mega form. Interesting, is Girafarig has the Sap Sipper. Did not see that coming. Who to switch into, I'm going to Electrify. And he decides to Baton Pass at this point. I really don't understand the logic of why. Or why it was a Flareon, especially since it's Sleep. But I'm just going to go ahead and Earthquake the thing. No big deal. Actually helped a lot for me that he switched into that. Because had it been the Gastrodon, this game probably would have went a lot differently from what it is right now. So at this point, I want Mega Bayonet to take on this thing because this thing is a monster. Ooh, I got a crit. That so mattered. I'm sorry, that totally mattered, dude. At this point, I'm gonna go for the Shadow Sneak because it's almost dead, and I can definitely kill it before it gets to recover. That crit mattered so much, and at this point, it's gonna be a good game. There's no way he can come back from this now. And here comes the Girafarig getting hit by the Stealth Rock. So great game. If you guys like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Also, show my boy Poisin some love. You can find him on Twitter, and I will have the description to his Twitter page, so you can find the link in the description. This has been Retro Bro, signing out, and happy Friday to all.